Look at me, I'm pointing around. We are looking at that way. Oh, that way, okay. That's what we Hey. Which way? That way. Okay. Gang, gang, gang. Hi, mama. Someone on that Dominic group. What's up, guys? Welcome back to RBTV. If you're ready and you're with us, say hello. Hello. The viewers aren't you guys. I'm trying to hear the viewers. Well, guys, we're back with another one. You know how we do it. We do this every single week. We're going to have an interesting topic today. We will be... Yeah, we're here to give our reaction as Africans in China on Burna Boy's video, Monsters You Made. We're here to talk about the monsters, the mate. Yeah, that's what's up. Have y'all heard the song? Mama, you heard the song? Mama, I know you don't listen to no music. I know you, Mama. So what are y'all expecting? Are we gonna play the song first? Yeah. We need to play the song for everyone to listen. Have y'all heard the song? Please, if you've never heard the song, go search it now. Can you just repeat? No. They can watch with us live. Let me get that on. You can't. What? We got just one viewer right now. Technology. We have fun. In the classroom. In the classroom. In the classroom. Hey, what we doing in the classroom? Man, my Nike so hot in the classroom. I'm rocking my weed in the classroom. In the classroom. Aww, get it in the classroom. Aww, get it in the classroom. Hey, what we doing in the classroom? We are making video in the classroom. Hey. Doing maths in the classroom. Hey, okay. Chilling in the classroom. In the classroom. Aww, get it in the classroom. Aww, get it in the classroom. Hey, what we doing in the classroom? Let's go. Okay, we have three people. Let's see the comments coming. Welcome, guys. We're here today to give our reaction as Africans in China on Burna Boy's Monsters You Made. So let us know if you're here with us. We're gonna start. Mandela is here. That's the first comment we got here today. Welcome, Killer. Can you see the comment right there? Yeah, nope. I know you have to answer the comments. The comments going to be displayed right here. So I think Cherry will be reading the comments out. Then I'll help you out. I can read. I will help you out. I will help you out. I'm pretty good at reading. Mama, you should be proud. Right there. Guys, tell your friends to tell their friends to tell all the friends and to tell their cousins' friends and their cousins' uncles and aunts to join the live video. We want all of you guys to be a part of this video because you guys make it possible. You ever come like the first person, then you just leave. You just come and say Mandela is here, and you leave immediately. What's up with you, bro? Rude. What's up with you? So let me get the song we'll be reviewing tonight. Monsters Made. She gonna play it out loud. Yeah, why? I think he's only gonna. I don't know how we're gonna do it. For why we're playing it loud, we'll pick it from there and we'll have it different from this other device. Pragmatic. So let me just try and see. You open your eyes. What's the song about? You don't know what the song's about? Okay, you try to name what you expect. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Can't help but go hard.
Let me go back.
Yeah, after we have to go from the it's almost on done. Yeah.
Okay. So that's it. Let's get back to the song and go with our reaction right now.
I think those are pretty hard.
That's in the river.
Exactly, yeah. We need to hear everybody's voice.
It's, we're using two devices.
Yeah,
so
so
I'm filming from that one and we're showing the video from this one. So we need to like. So I think we can just listen to the song, have people listen to the song, then we talk about it. Because because while we are speaking, our voice is getting into the other device and it's still hitting on this one.
Yeah, so post one's maybe one my director. Yeah.
This one the mic is not on, it's playing from here, so volume should be down here.
Okay, yeah, better.
Yeah. So no, we cannot get it because the volume is down. So we can we already listened to the song, so we can go on with the reaction. Yeah. So what was going first?
Oof. This song, the song is really
He's really speaking like the truth. He's telling the truth. Where the most like the song speaks for itself.
The song speaks for itself.
Yeah.
The monsters you made. Are we monsters right now? Are we monsters?
Burna Boy is a Nigerian. I think for right now, Burna Boy is one of the most prolific Nigerian artists.
Yeah.
And he's taking the footsteps of Fela Kuti. Because in Nigeria, Fela Kuti, during the time that Nigeria was during the military regime in Nigeria, Fela Kuti was very critical of the Nigerian military regime government. I was talking about the things that was going on. And we were in Nigeria. We were going through a lot of difficulties back then, serious difficulties. Not just from the Westerners, not just from our government, but we also experienced a lot of colonial influence during that period of time. And Fela Kuti was very active advocating against all these kind of things through his music. And whenever I watch Burna Boy's music, it gives me that feeling, of I was not there during the time of Fela Kuti, but my mom and my dad always play his music, in our house, and talk about his music, and what he's talking about right now, is very, very synonymous with a lot of things that Fela Kuti fought for back then, like when he's talking about one of the things I grabbed here is when he talk about the school system that we have, that just there to just not just indoctrinate us, but to teach us we just
people.
Like the school system we have most in Africa is not just teaching us how to improve our skill or like to improve ourselves. Like if you know how to sing, it improve you. If you know how to do some particular skill, it improve you. You just there to just put us down, just keep us in a particular line, just one particular line. Just carry us into school. But after having this school system for so long, still nothing has been happening. Nothing has happened.
Yeah.
There's nothing to show for it. And the school system is still right there, and even me right from time I've always been like having this feeling about it, like most of the things I've learned now, most of the things that will push you forward in life, I don't think you learn it at school. I don't think you will learn it entirely at school. Most especially like the Western way of school, that's why even in Nigeria too, like we have this Igbo way of learning trade from, like we talked about it, learning trade from the and it have helped in improving us even more than the whole white collar jobs and all this kind of stuff.
Is Burna Boy an Igbo man?
Burna Boy is not Igbo, he's from River State. Yeah, it's okay. But one thing I like an artist, like if you listen to one of his music, like he's really working really hard to not just unite, because first of all you have to handle your own country first before you handle the whole of Africa. he's using his music to unite Nigeria, to bring us together, to have one common voice. He sang a song relating to Igbo, sing a song relating to the Hausas, the Yoruba. Like he's mixing a lot of things, most of those rhymes, those songs, together. And now he's not going wide, not just Africa, now in the whole world, making monsters. And you see how many views the song already have in this first week.
That was the first week.
Yeah.
It's already there.
Yeah, and the lion, you can, if you see also, there's something he also said in the music. He was like talking about we Africans, like what we can do, like why we should stop, like we should stop fighting against ourselves, Because he talked about the politicians and what the politicians are doing, our own corrupt politicians. Like I think in the first line of the song, talk about our own corrupt politicians, how they are putting us, like we, our own people, are pushing us down, bringing us down. It's almost everywhere. She's from Zimbabwe, you can relate, right? Even Nigeria, you can also relate to.
Yeah, I can.
You can also relate.
Yeah, like the intro. So if the government refuse to develop the region and continue the marginalization and injustice, the youth or the next people coming after us, I think, will be more brutal than what we've done. That's the intro of the song. And I really like to talk on the fact that the concept of the video goes along with the lyric. It goes along with the lyric and everything. You see the intro and everything, and at the end of the day, we got to find Africans in the video fighting each other, fighting in each other. That's actually based on manipulation coming from our leaders and the colonialists. They plant corrupt leaders on us, and through using our leaders as proxy, they get to steal every resources we've got. And at the end of the day, we are left with nothing but guns. We have guns in our hands to kill each other. We fight each other, but while they are there busy collecting the resources and enriching themselves and the corrupt politicians out there. That's the case of nearly every African country out there. I'm from Cameroon, and we face the same similar situations, so we can easily vibe to the message Burna Boy is putting out there. But one thing I like about the video, and I'll give a kudos, a thumbs up to the director of the video. One thing I like about the video, we see at the end of the video, we saw Africans, we saw the people in the video that came together after fighting, and what the Europeans were using to actually put them in shackles was money. We saw a pile of money like high up there, and they had to come together and they set fire, they set it ablaze. And that's to say, they didn't just believe like changing the puppets, they had to cut the strings, because if you keep changing puppets, definitely the people pulling the strings will just attach another string to the puppet. But what they did, like the strings were actually cut, and that way the puppet stopped dancing. So I pretty much love the concept of the video and the way it ended. We saw them, like all of them, they had their hands up to the sky, which signifies power, like power. And that's the message. The message I picked out at the end of the day. If we can come together as Africans, we'll be super powerful. We try to, they come with money, a lot of money, they give us money, and that's actually a seed of discord they keep sowing among us. We get to fight each other. We don't tend to achieve much, because divided we fall and united we stand. That so to say. So it's virtually impossible for the people who are divided and they are using us. They always create like camp A, they'll create camp B, and you all just be having loggerheads. I believe Burna Boy was inspired to sing this song. Like he said, he's from the River State. We know Rivers is actually very rich with a lot of oil resources, and You go back there, you see a lot of people fighting. Is Bayelsa in the rivers?
No, Bayelsa is not a river state. River state is like Port Harcourt.
Port Harcourt is the oil city.
Yeah, but Bayelsa and Port Harcourt, they're all oil cities.
Oil
Most of them rely on
cities.
oil. And what you're saying is true. Like in those places now, you see like the militants. They have the militants in Bayelsa. They are fighting a lot, and not only that, like you see these multinational companies like Total, which is a French company, right? Is it Total?
It is. Total is a French company.
French company, right? It's a French company. You see Total there doing a lot of drilling of oil and doing a lot of oil spillages and pouring it into this thing, poisoning the water itself that people can fish from. Because of in these rivers areas, that's where people depend mostly on like fishing, to survive. Yeah. And so you poison the oil spillage.
They do not only take the oil, they actually get to
pollute the environment. And then you see the people that
pretty much have for
the oil that Total is taking. They're not selling that to you guys. They're selling that to Arabian countries, right?
Yeah, you take it and send it back to this thing and refine it, then send it to us.
And that's in a lot of money.
Yeah, that's why I was also saying, like we Africans we Africans, we need to work hard to improve ourselves. Like we see Aliko Dangote is now building a refinery of his own, like in Nigeria, to be able to refine our own oil, in Nigeria and send it to our own people, other than sending the oil down to France or moving like that, or we have these multinational companies refining it for us, taxing us on top of it, and selling it back to us at a higher price, something like that.
And he's also from Congo. We know of the Blood Diamond, and Congo is actually one of the richest African countries out there. And richly endowed with a lot of natural resources, diamond, gold. They always have those militants. They have the indigenous people fighting against each other. You have the government and rebels fighting. At the end of the day, little or no development comes back to us. Why these people, they always take the resources and enrich themselves and their nations. So we can easily relate to this song, the message out there. So what do you have to say, bro?
You just say that the rebels are fighting each other. Actually, since 1996.
Yeah.
I think is that where come from those words. Okay, it's a long story, but I'm just gonna make it short.
Okay.
So it's like, of course, white people are behind that stuff. Because, example, apples, they're the one always always extracting from the ground.
Okay.
Coltan, in all those phones here, there's coltan inside.
Yeah.
Like it's the main material for the iPhones and everything.
Yeah.
So behind those stuff that we see in the war between the rebels and our army, is a big plan. They're like, if we keep our country, my country, Congo, basically on war and everything, it's easy for them to steal, because it's gonna be like, when they're fighting, we're gonna need more supplement of guns and weapons. So if we don't have any more, we're gonna ask USA or all those countries. But it's not free. Of course, they want us to give them something
in exchange of
that. Yeah. That's all they're taking. They're taking those contents, and instead again of taking that, they're not even using the cars or the stuff to take it. They're just using those small childs. The small childs, there could be even 1,000 childs right there, extracting by themselves with their hands.
With their hands.
Yeah, and they go to sell it to white people. On airplane, you can.
Like what is it called? Yeah.
Like send it to another person. This one.
Or two.
I didn't really hear the song properly because I couldn't hear what he was saying.
Yeah, we'll get back to it. But, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta hear the song. Let me listen to it because I really couldn't hear what he was saying.
You think you want to sleep?
Who?
You think that you want to sleep?
It's in Africa.
Okay.
My country in Rwanda.
What?
Yeah, you guys should be using this on the camera.
Just pick up like that is the DD driver.
Jesus.
Hello?
I don't know. What phone do you use?
iPhone.
iPhone what?
You can
do this. Yeah,
okay.
give me. Let me explain what I want to say.
You.
I think I know what you're trying to say.
Hey! Mama. Jeez.
Those Chinese are so disgusting like that.
What
You
is
just
this?
put it on like
We're putting this on YouTube. We cannot be. We might need to start all over.
Yeah.
So we are restarting.
Hello?
Like that.
again.
Hello?
Like that.
Jesus Christ.
Hey guys, let's build a wall around Africa and watch the rest of the world go bankrupt. I think we have all the resources we need in Africa. I don't know if we're still alive, but I'm just saying.
You
Like,
just don't know how to use them.
We have all the
it's not
resources.
like we don't know how to use them. Like
We don't use them.
we don't use them.
No.
We feel like we need the whites in order for us to go where we want to go. You understand? Of which the whites are, yeah. Faith Magasela is here. Hi guys. Hey. So I think we don't know how to use our own resources. We think that we cannot use them, like we cannot make something out of it on our own. We only need the help of the whites.
Yeah.
We have all the diamond in the world.
We have everything to be honest.
We have like
Everything.
everything, honestly. So
The oil.
the oil and everything. Guys, come.
But Shushan, we can't build the wall against Africa. I don't think it's a good idea to build the
What
wall
she's saying
against
is-
around Africa.
Let's build a wall around Africa and watch the rest of the world go bankrupt. Yeah, she's telling the truth.
But we are like the world is a connected place. It's very connected. You know, we are very interconnected. You know, what we should be. Why is my face loose? Yeah. So
Why?
the world is a very connected place. You know, I think one of the most important things we also need to do as Africans, like from this is my own opinion. You know, it's not just to build a wall to block Africans from
from other, like, people. We can allow people to come into our country, into Africa, to invest and do other stuff. But we Africa needs to be able to learn to stand up and know how to make those people work for us, not us working for them.
Can I say something?
Yes, yeah.
But that can only happen when we stop fighting each other. Like, we Africans.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we have pressure.
We're against
So,
helping each
yeah.
other.
So if you be the war, if you don't solve the problems we have between we Africans, and we be the war around ourselves, and we thinking that the world will get bankrupt, we'll end up killing ourselves. Inside that war that we build around ourselves. I think we need to.
Did you just say we don't know how to? I didn't say we don't know how to use our resources in a way.
Me.
What I'm sure what she's trying to say is, we have all the resources that we have we have the most useful resources in Africa that the world is using. Again,
They're all using our resources.
Yeah, exactly. But we think we don't know how to use our own resources on our own. We need the help of the whites. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, us, we feel like, I don't know if it's we are scared. Like, what if it doesn't go this way? Like, what if like this? You understand?
If something goes wrong.
Exactly. We have all we need in Africa. We can just close the borders and we can do our own.
What's the problem in your country?
Oh God,
The
I don't
problem.
know where to start. on which side? 'Cause
Like, I mean, like, you can't say just we have to resolve the problem in Africa like this. We had all the same problem.
So
Like, my problem is different. So that's why I asked, like, what's the problem in your country?
I don't even know
Why is the video not
what's the
taking-
main problem in our country.
In your country.
We have a lot of them.
why is the video not taking everyone in? Like, sorry, we are
Because
supposed-
No, 'cause
the
because the
thing
camera.
is,
No, the main thing-
Usually tribes, people fight.
No, it's cool.
Tribes.
Let's leave my boss
you can
like
you
a
can come.
anonym guy. Okay.
This guy with a call.
yeah, we have to stop. Is
Okay.
is-
Wait. Where did you stop? Oh my God! Can someone read? That's my glasses.
What the fuck is it?
The kings and queens, and to think that these so-called African leaders totally are being like us to the West. Okay, did you answer this one? Yeah? Did you just say?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a hypothetical statement. I just mean that we need.
Okay,
to
it's a
stop depending
hypothetical.
on the
It's a
West and start
hypothetical
helping
statement.
us
I just
each
mean
other.
that we need to stop depending on the West and start helping and building each other up.
Like
That's very true. Exactly. Like, in Southern Africa, not Southern Africa only, we have diamond, right? In West Africa, you can
Exactly.
have oil. Yes.
Thank you. Emmanuel saying that's also true.
What is he saying?
We don't need to block off
Africa
ourselves,
needs to
like
get more involved
for
in
us.
the world
Look,
trade.
how did the Chinese become very become popular? China did not become one of the most advanced economy in the world by closing up itself. If Africa should close up itself, I think it's not a wise idea in any shape or form. We might have the resources, but we might lack some things. We might need help from China in a particular thing. We might need help from any other place. We as Africans, we need to first of all, start to develop ourselves first. We need the world to be more. We need investment to come into Africa. So this thing is also will help us become better too. And when these investments are coming in, our leaders should not cut all the cares for themselves.
The thing is,
No, so we don't actually need them. That's what we're trying to say.
We don't need
them. Yeah.
Who?
Like, we have everything. We can do it ourselves. Why are we like relying on the white?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we're trying to say.
That's what we're trying to say. We're not like we have to
If
close
you
the
say we
border.
don't need them,
But the reality,
how do you think we can extract those things
That's
from the
what
ground?
we're trying
Exactly,
to
when we
fix
don't have
now.
the money.
reality
When we
is
do things
true.
like small, like all the things that we can extract those stuff from the ground then, if you don't need them, because they're no better than us to extract it, because they've been doing that since
a very long time. That's true.
No, this is
For a very long
a
time.
fact. We need them. But what we're trying to say is,
What we're trying to say
let's
is
fix it.
exactly
Africa needs
We need
to
them, but
get
we
more
don't need
involved
them
in the
at the same
world
time.
trade.
Okay.
Look,
because by the time.
Oh, you guys are saying that we
Oh,
shouldn't
we
be
don't-
dependent
we don't
on them.
exactly.
Okay, I have something to
Right
say.
now-
Okay.
I have something to say. we need them,
But
but
you
we
shouldn't
don't
be
need them
dependent.
to use us.
Okay, guys, we want to apologize for the technical inches and stuff like that. We had someone interrupt the other device, and we're back now live. So we'll get back to business. We are here to pick out the messages and learn from Burna Boy's monster you made, and we'll be having a conversation with you all. So we have a few people in the house right now. So I would like for us to take our time and listen to the song again, and also watch the video. And Mark was telling us he did not listen it. Mark, where you at?
All this is a song. And I just noticed that Chris Martin is actually the guy that featured in Kanye West's Homecoming song. Y'all heard that song?
Yeah, come on right here. Come on right here. Let's get into the business. Let's get into business. Come on.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah. You went into that? Okay, we can see you right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'll get this off the screen.
you know, for me, I'm just trying to add up everything that's going on with this video and what this man is saying. And I believe from everything that I hear, he's trying to say at the end of the video, they put money on the blaze. You know, they set money on fire. And I think they're trying to say, you know, you're giving us money, but we want what is originally ours.
Ours,
you know?
yeah.
We want what is ours. We don't want your money. Keep your money. Let us have what is ours. Talks about give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. You know, so I believe in this song, he's really just trying to stand up for the people of his land, the people of his country, and the people of color. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to see somebody actually stand up and say, I believe this is it. You know, I believe this is time. It's time. Enough is enough. That's what I get from this video. Enough is enough, and it's time that African people we do something.
We unite.
Yeah.
Get to unite. Excellent point.
But
Excellent point.
Thank you.
Can I also give a point?
Yeah.
I think for African people to unite, we need to stop fighting each other first.
Right.
Remember what was happening in South Africa, where South Africans were burning other people from. Okay, let me speak for my country. They were burning Zimbabweans mostly, saying go back to your country. So I think for us to get what belongs to us from these European and American people, we have to unite first. We have to be one first. That's what I wanted to say.
That's good.
But also my country is actually almost the same to what you said. There's war, and the only way for us to grow up and to develop like our country so fast is that we have to stop that war first. Because what make a country being developed easily is those investors, and more there's investors in your country, more the economy will grow fast and easily. So if once we stop those kind of war, those kind of haters, or we can settle it in another way that's just making people die and everything, it's gonna be easy for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what she was saying, she said we need to stop fighting each other.
Yeah.
And the director of the video, we really portrayed that in the video.
Yeah.
We see from the beginning they had guns, they were fighting each other, and you saw others crying. But at the end of the video, they were together with their hands held up high, and that's just a symbol of power. Like if we stand strong, we unite and stuff, there's no way anyone out there can come and break us down. And like he said, the money they had in the pie actually represented what they give in exchange of everything we have. They come and they take our value and they just give us paper. So we saw the money in the pie and they set that ablaze, which was pretty much informative. Let's get on with the song and pick out some more messages and continue. Guys, we seriously apologize for not having our equipment set up pretty well tonight, but in subsequent live session, we'll make sure we have everything ready for you all.
We are the monsters you make. Call it a monster, call it a fake. You need the money to the dollars away. Call it a monster, cause we say, no way, no way, no way.
The bags, guys, remember these bags? Like,
There's only so much that you can take.
these bags.
That's okay. Let's go.
No, those bags they actually signify a lot in Ghana and Nigeria. They call the bag they're having. They call it Ghana must go. You understand? Ghana must go. There was this time Nigeria had this occasion with Ghana, and those bags were used to like bundle Ghanaians the properties and stuff to send them out from Nigeria. So this time around, we are not using Ghana must go back to send out a fellow Africans out. That's a lot of symbolism right there. A lot of symbolism. It symbolizes a lot. What do they have in the bags right now? Money. Those bags, they have money. Everything the imperialists, the colonialists, they used to break us apart. That's the only thing they give to our leaders, empower them with money. So we are telling them, oh, Burna Boy, the director of this, oh, that's so weird of you guys. You saw the bags, right?
Yeah, it's
You should know. You should know those bags are from Nigeria.
Yeah,
you should know them.
like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, everywhere. Like
Wow, Burna Boy deserve an award for this song. I think this is actually his best song yet. I'll attest to that because it touches across every country in Africa. Like a lot of history, a lot of symbolism is actually embedded and buried in this one song. That Ghana must go back alone. Let me bring that back. Let me bring it again for y'all to see.
Fake Makasala since you can hear the song.
Yeah. Okay. You see the back?
We have those bags in Africa. Yeah. We call them child and bag.
Kudos for this one, Baba.
I also have something to say. You know, you know, we can all scream hard, you know, and talk about the uniting of Africans together and scream about how the white people are colonizing us and oppressing us and so on. It's not bad, of course, to talk about things like that. Of course, you know, it's not bad to talk about things that happened long ago and so on. But even though we keep on talking about all these things, you know, about how we can unite together, we also have to talk about one of the most important things, and that is developing ourselves, individuality. Because one person cannot change, just one person alone cannot just start changing the whole of, let us say, the whole of Nigeria or Africa, or just alone. You can't just do it. What I mean, you cannot just do it by not changing yourself. If you've not worked on who you are as a person, making yourself to be an independent and strong person in the society, in your family, then you can't do anything for Africa as a whole. Let us take as Burna Boy as an example. He's trying to influence a lot of people through his music and so on. How do you do that? He first of all try to improve himself, get himself better in the financial position and so on. We Africans, you know, we Africans, I'll speak for Nigerians too, we ourselves need to try ourselves to our best to develop ourselves. If you are being a doctor, be the best doctor. If you are being a nurse, be the best nurse. If you want to be an engineer, be the best engineer. If you can do that, you can extend it to your family. When you develop yourself, you extend it to your family, your brothers and sisters, extend it to your small society, your town, your village, your community, your state. Just like that, you keep on increasing. That's how it should start. You all need to work hard, develop yourself, work hard on yourself, make yourself a better person every day. You know?
They say, you get to that. They say he who wants to change the world must first start with himself. You understand? That's exactly what you're saying. You start with yourself. If you're able to change yourself, you start with your family. If you can change your family, definitely you inspire people around your community. And if you can get to inspire people around your community, you realize the whole town will be inspired. And you will start moving to neighboring towns, and from there you move to the next country. So change actually starts with us as individuals.
I was
saying, what if you don't have the resources? How can you better yourself? You have nothing, literally nothing. Where do you start?
It's important for you to something that you can first think. I have a question, like almost all those countries here that developed right now, China, Europe, they've been looking for food in those, like 60 years ago, example China, they've been looking for food. We Africa even we have been selling food to Chinese people for them to eat. Like my mother was telling me the story and everything. They had nothing. Then how come they became something like that? They found a way. There's always a way.
Are you saying it's impossible that you have nothing, or it's almost impossible?
No,
it's possible.
I want to say something. Like, look, you can say you have nothing, but you always have one. We
have a comment on the screen. All he's trying to say is that neo-colonialism must fall. good point there from you, Emmanuel Sanga, and Shushan is saying something there as well. The impact is too deep. It will take us forever to abolish the effects of colonialism. It will take us forever to abolish the effects of colonialism.
You know what I have to say on that?
Yeah.
You know, looking on the basis of what Africa is and where Africa comes from and who Africa is now.
Yeah.
I have to say Africans need to learn how to celebrate each other. What do I mean? Africans need to learn how to appreciate somebody else's somebody else's achievement and celebrate their achievements and believe that their turn will come. You know,
sure.
The one thing that I believe in, the one thing that I've learned from a lot of Africans is there's a lot of jealousy. There's a very, 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 very high problem within Africans when it comes to jealousy. We don't stand together. You know, this video is trying to teach us that we should stand together, but there's a lot of, there's a huge gap. There's a huge gap that needs to be filled in when it comes to love within African people. You know, you can tell yourself that you're being supportive, but when you get to a point of seeing somebody else do way better than you are, there's a point where jealousy is going to come in, and then automatically you think, I got to do better than this person. This is not where we start supporting each other. This is where Africans could start. They don't support each other no more, and then because somebody always has to be above somebody else for them to be seen that I'm more prestigious and everything. So now this is where the hardest thing to beat as people is jealousy, because you never want somebody to be above you.
That's very true.
You understand? Yeah. So if Africa wants to ever get to a point of where, for example, China or American people or whatever, we're really the greatest continent in the whole world. They need things from Africa. That's why China is going to Africa, trying to take over from Africa, because Africa has something that is so important that they have to take from Africa. Now, Africans need to see that within themselves. That we have something, we have gold, we have something that is so pertinent that all these countries, European countries, American countries, Asian countries, all want to travel to Africa. Africans need to start seeing that.
You have someone corroborating your point right here. Faith Magasella, thank you, Mr. What's the name?
Mellow the big fellow, yeah.
Wow, that's Mellow the big fellow, and you already know you can mellow, but don't go bellow. Okay, you say, thank you, Mr. Mellow. We don't appreciate each other, always trying to pull others down.
Right.
Really good point. And
as Africans, if we're on the same level, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I just wanted to add on what he was saying. If we're on the same level, it's okay. As soon as someone goes,
right above,
above you, now it's like, okay, we're doing the same thing. Why is he now, above me and I'm here? Am I doing something wrong? That's where jealousy starts.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why us in China, we are building a community of love, support, and engagement. And it's getting us there, we're pushing each other forward. And change has to start from somewhere. Just like he said, you start with me, start with you, and we go about inspiring others. And gradually it will spread like wildfire.
Yeah, because if you don't develop yourself, and you end up and if you don't understand that for you to move forward, for you to achieve something, you have to work first on yourself, and then someone else understands that. So another African understands that. Yeah. When you look at yourself not being successful, but you don't understand that, automatically that's when the jealousy comes in. You now be jealous of this other person. Why is this person successful and I'm not successful? Why is this person achieving this and I'm not achieving this?
We're doing the same thing.
You see, when you're not actually like, you have not actually looked into yourself and be like, why can't I just stop maybe drinking too much, or maybe partying a lot, or maybe not taking responsibility of myself, or maybe not working hard, or maybe not starting a small business, or maybe not starting up a YouTube channel or something around, something, a goal, something that can keep you moving, impact yourself, do something that is meaningful, when you're not doing any of those things, and someone else is doing that for a very long time, and improving yourself, without you remembering that you have to develop yourself, that's when jealousy jumps in, You'd be jealous and be like, why is this guy not successful? Why is this guy moving forward and not moving forward? Why is it happening like that, And so, like, for me, I think one of the most important things is for you to improve yourself. Work on yourself. Improve yourself. If you don't
And
improve yourself.
A-Star Nina is saying hi. We send Uchuwe the hi back to you. Hello. And the African Diamond Prince is actually one of the first persons to be live today. Instead for him to contribute based on the topic we have, he's out there telling Shushan George, my love, how are you today? Shushan George, you have a crush in the house or in the building. So he's there, and now this is what Shushan had to say. Mark, say it louder. Mark, say it louder. Yeah, not like you should say it louder, like he's pretty much loud. Yeah, you said it correctly.
Yeah.
And Emmanuel Sanga, like jealousy is just but a tip of the iceberg. Yeah, that's pretty much true. But we should not concentrate on the negative. We should look more on the positive side of things. And Burna Boy's song today is actually an eye-opener. And that's why we have to come together as a crew to drop our reviews and stuff on this, so we can pick up the symbolisms and everything about the song. And so far, like the intro like said, the intro is pretty good. The lyrics and the video concept, everything about the song is just so on point. Yeah. We didn't hear you talk much today.
All I can say is what you guys said, it's right, but I want to say something. Why are we only focusing on the negative side?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I end like we are jealous of each other and stuff like that. We want to pull each other down.
No, why are we only focusing on that?
Because for you to achieve positive, you have to target the negative.
Right. And for me, I feel like if you really put a lot of focus on the video, you notice that he was mostly hammering the negative side.
Yeah.
You know, the video was mostly negative. The positivity comes right at the end of the video.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to put my focus on speaking on, you know, a little bit more in Africa. And I have to say, Africa, wake up to the fact that jealousy is a killer of our continent. You know, I do have to mention, and I'll keep repeating it, you know, when it comes to, you know, this chocolate industry, where do they get the cocoa from?
Oh, from Africa.
They get it from Africa.
Yeah.
Right after getting it from Africa, we send it out to Europe. And then who buys the chocolate?
Africans.
African people buy the chocolate. Why can we not produce our own chocolate in Africa? The coffee that we buy from overseas, where does it come from? It comes from Africa. Africa, we need to wake up to the reality that we're the most powerful continent. And if we do not believe it ourselves, we will never go anywhere.
For sure,
you know,
for sure.
I love
preach,
the last part.
Preach tonight, Mr.
I love the last part where you know the money is being put on fire. The money is being set on fire. Because for me, he's just trying to say a message. He's just trying to say, you know, Africa, we don't need their money no more. Because we already have the resources. We already have, you know, everything needed for us to make money that we can sell things out there.
And if you notice the currency, they were banning that's dollars.
That's US dollars.
US dollars.
And
that's what they were banning.
And America gets so much from Africa.
From Africa. Yeah, because we know the US dollars is actually an international currency. Like every country, that's what they use easily. Exchangeable. Yeah, so they actually put a picture of it. We have everything. We don't need these dollars. We can unite us as Africa, and we decide on a unifying currency to be an African thing, based on our own terms, not anything European or imperialist.
You know, for me, I should say at the end of the day, we do need each other. We're not trying to say, let's keep them out because we don't need them. We need each other. African people, let us know our worth. Let us know our value. Let's know how much we have and how much we can give to the rest of the world. Let's not be easily bribed. I should just put it out there. Let's not be easily bribed, because one thing about African people is that if you have a little bread, if you have a little money, and you can grab something and say, I can give you this much, it's gonna give you this piece. You gotta know how much you're worth. You know, You gotta know how much. You gotta know how much a certain part of your land in your country is worth, because somebody else already sees a vision and only see money. A lot of people are blinded by money because the only thing they see is temporary thing. They can only see the so far, but the person that's behind, you know, they see a lot further than you do. You know, because a lot of African people, they cry about land. That, oh man, this person from Europe, this person from this place has taken over my land, and look at what he's doing. He's making billions and millions with my land. This used to be my grandfather's land, my grandmother's land, blah blah blah. But because that person had a vision that you never had, and you were blinded by the money, you know, you're now struggling the ramifications that I should mention. You're now struggling the consequences that you have never seen.
Yeah,
you know. You're now crying.
We have some lovebirds in the house. Shushan had to reply to Diamond Pepper. Good. Thanks for asking. I hope you're doing well. And
I'm good, my love.
and we have Emmanuel Sanga right here. Fun fact: the melody of the song is exactly like Michael Jackson's "Dirty Diana."
Dirty Diana.
Yeah, pretty like. Yeah, he himself said it like on let me see if I can grab that. He said it like when he was giving his if you understand that he interpolates Michael Jackson's Dirty Diana.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what Diamond Prince. I'm not putting this comment on the screen. We are not here for love, we are here angry, we are really mad, like we have everything, but yet we have nothing. Pretty much tonight. And if you have anything to contribute, let it be based on the topic we are here for tonight.
You know, for me, going back to the point of where she mentioned positivity.
Yeah.
There's always negativity, and obviously a lot of people look more negativity than positivity. So going on negativity, one thing that I really love to mention is the developments that have taken place in other countries of Africa. They play a big role too.
The development.
You know, everything that we see in Africa, there's a lot of things that they play a role in. You know, technology, our infrastructures, a lot of things within Africa. That's something we can look at and say.
I dare to differ on that. I think the Europeans are actually underdeveloped Africa, because development or everything you're talking about started in Africa.
Yeah,
we had great infrastructures like the pyramids in Egypt that have not been able to replicate it elsewhere in the world.
Yeah,
they're all coming from Africans, technology and stuff like that. We had the University of Timbuktu, which was there, and a lot of people, the Greeks, they actually came to get educated from that university.
Yeah,
and a lot of Egyptians mythology and stuff that they copied and took out of Africa.
Right.
Instead, they came and they underdeveloped Africa, because Africa was pretty much on the right path. And the kind of way we're going about doing our development, we had so much respect for our environment,
right?
Not what they do, which in the long run, we get to see a lot of negative impacts on the environment.
Right.
Yes.
But the positivity that he's talking about is very evident. If you compare the amount of infrastructure Africa have right now in the last 50 years, it's not comparable in any shape or form.
Yeah.
Like the mortality rate in Africa have reduced. Malaria have been tackled so much in Africa. So many other diseases in Africa. Not only that, Africans are not seen leading in very big world organizations like Ikoji Iweala from Nigeria is leading the World Bank and so on, like that. We have other Africans, you know, being in high positions, you know. The Afro music is the positivity that we are talking about. The Afro music is now everywhere.
But he's talking like the Europeans, the left, all of that. Afro music you're talking about was actually developed by Africans, and it's pushing it out there, and it's going to the world. And maybe the few infrastructures we've been able to erect and stuff like that.
For example, we have the Dangote refinery being built in Nigeria. In Nigeria. It's going to be the second largest, I think, or the largest in the whole of Africa. It's going to produce more oil than, it's going to refine more oil than than 4 of our refineries, or the whole refinery we have in Nigeria combined together. This is a very big.
And sometimes
you, black man, by the way.
Sometimes you see people like Dangote, they come up with great initiatives like that. They could just be like they put their face out there, but behind the scene you still have Europeans out there, which boils down to neo-colonialism. Because what happened, I'll give an example. There's this company in Cameroon, Euro Oil. Before they could get licensed and start their activities, they had to use a chief from my village, for Tabetando. He went out there, and everyone in those days, oh, they were happy. Oh, at least a black man, a Cameroonian, is trying to push things. And when they got ground, like they were pretty much solid. Now the people who were behind the scenes, they had to come on stage. And a lot of things in the world happen like that, you understand? Yeah, it's a good thing. He's trying to build a massive refinery for Africa, but we should always look beyond the surface. We try to look, he's rich and all of that, but if you look, if you want to go like digitally, you just see it's just maybe spearheading everything, but there'll always be some Europeans behind.
That's
I
something.
don't think that there's a problem if those European comes out. Look at China example, because I will always give example Chinese people or China as an example because I've always studied it. So if those European people come up and African people are working there, then like a lot of people win job through that kind of company and everything. Where's the problem? Where is the problem
too?
Yeah,
We need to be able to make good deals with these European companies coming into Africa, into Nigeria.
Yeah.
Let us give, for example, Dubai has oil. The United Arab Emirates has oil. Nigeria discovered oil before them. But look at them right now. The same USC that bought from Nigeria oil is the same USC that bought from Dubai and USC oil. What is happening? Dubai is so advanced, so developed, but Nigeria is not yet developed. What is happening? Our leaders, just like his Burna Boy said at the beginning, is not using their brain to understand that you have to make a good deal with these people that want to outsmart you. Because this capitalism. Capitalism is all about exploitation, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And if you don't outsmart the people that brought about the exploitation, they will exploit you. They are there to make gain. They don't there to profit you. So you have to use your brain. The Arabs use their brain to make sure that they don't allow these people to exploit them. And they now are able to get money from the United States and to develop their own country. But now look at Nigeria, where the fifth largest oil producers in the world, but still nothing is happening. The country is still a piece. Bayelsa, River State, oil spill is everywhere. We are not saying that we need to push away the entire white people from the listing of the company. Let them come. We have to show them that we have the African smartness.
And they're gonna respect that. They're gonna respect us.
We need smart leaders. We need ourselves like this right now.
We are the leaders of tomorrow, so it starts with us.
It starts with us. We have to be smart.
Yeah.
We have to be smart to talk to them. Nigerians are
Go on now.
like what I'm saying, like we are talking about positivity. What is happening in Nigeria? You come to Nigeria, people are struggling, people are hustling day and night. People are trying to move things forward. It's not that the Nigerian people are not hardworking, it's not that the African people are not hardworking. But the system, the policies, everything is just stacked against them. Then when you see them in the United States, you see them as stand in the United States. If people think that Africans are lazy, Africans are not working hard, look at the United States. Nigerians are one of the best. The Nigerian household have more output than even the White House in the United States. Nigerians are one of the best immigrants, people that make more money, that are employed, that do good professional jobs, more than many other immigrants. One of the most successful immigrants upon immigration than any other immigrants. Of course, you have the Chinese and the Jews, who are very, very successful. But what's happening when our leaders are making very, very bad decisions, these people that these European companies that are here to actually exploit them.
They are making decisions.
You've been quiet all along.
They are thinking of themselves first.
Yes.
No,
we
mistake it. Let us not mistake on this. We had great African leaders like Muammar Gaddafi, who stood for their people. And what happened? We had people like Robert Mugabe of Zimbabwe, who stood for his people. What happened? Yeah, so it's not all about the leaders. It's still about the strings they still have on us. So if you can cut the strings, the puppets will definitely stop dancing. Yeah, you just need to cut the strings. Now look at, they went into Libya and they were saying it's all about fighting a dictator. if truly they are out to fight dictators, a dictator like Paul Biya, who has done nothing for his people, Paul Biya of Cameroon, should be the first person they should be fighting. You understand? But they leave such dictators to stay in power because they will give them everything. The pacts and the deals they sign with them will give them everything. Let's just say the situation of Cameroon right now, I'm actually fighting with La Republic. If you have a smart leader out there who comes and try to solve the issue and get to unite La Republic and Ambazonia, and now try to nationalize the resources and make everything for the use of Cameroonians, definitely they will come in. Everything France has been benefit from Cameroon, France will never want to let go. Because the moment France let go of those resources, France is going to like backward into a third world country itself. So definitely they know all of this. They know all of this, and they have a system they have put in place. I call it puppeteer. Like they have their strings to move from one leader to another. The moment a leader is trying to walk away, they'll manipulate others.
Right.
They'll have their grip on others and
Yeah.
put them right in power.
Yeah.
So that's just a system. So if we look at the thing, it should be like we should look for a way to cut the strings directly.
Yeah.
We should not be trying to paint them in different colors.
Yeah.
They are actually the puppet masters. They control everything.
Yeah.
We cut the strings and the puppet will stop dancing.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, but I must say I should also agree with them that
Yeah.
if our strings are not cut, that we're still dancing to their tune. Now, what if we have leaders that are still not helping us, the people which are dancing to a tune? It exacerbates the problem that we're already having. It makes matters worse that we're having a leadership that is doing a bad job already.
Yeah.
Now, what about us that we're still, dancing to the song of the European people and people from all over the world that have so much power, so much power over us? If we cannot learn to work together as a continent, we will never be able to
That's
beat the
it.
problems that we have.
And they'll always be there. They'll always be there to
They'll
obstruct
forever
any
be
sort
there.
of African unity.
They'll forever be there. This for me, I don't want to say it's like the problem of racism, but this is an issue that's been going on for many years. So the question is, what can we do in a moment like this to better, for the betterment, to make things much better for us as people of Africa, to have equal shares with the people that are, overseas. Not even equal shares, for us to be leading the continent which we were, which we are from. You understand? So excuse me? Unity, exactly. What can we do for us to stand together? Like the video that we were just watching right now, over at the end with their fists up in the air. What can we do for us to get to a point that we can now stand together, stop fighting each other, stop killing each other, and actually stand hand to hand?
Yeah, we're talking like the solution lies in unity.
Right.
Yeah, we have people like Gaddafi, Muammar Gaddafi, that actually push forward for the unity of Africa.
Right.
Yeah, he struggled to pull that, and even Kwame Nkrumah, he did, like when they just got their most African countries had their independence from their colonial masters. Kwame Nkrumah was like, the only way for Africa to truly be free is for us to come and unite. But the Europeans, they always had their ulterior motive or other plans. They will never allow Africans. It will be very difficult for Africans to unite on their own terms. And let's not forget, like, the Europeans and other colonialists out there, they're already pushing for the unity of Africa. We already have Africa divided into 5 regions. We have the North, we have the South, we have the East, we have the West, and we have the Central, like Central Africa. They've already divided all of that, and they already have like regional organizations. So it will be much more easier for the Europeans to unite Africa on their own terms by just bringing the regional blocks together. And they're already pushing for that. Like they'll just say, okay, ECOWAS, CIMAC zone, all of that, just come and unite Africa. But it will still be the same thing at the end of the day. But if Africans, we can get together, we unite on our own terms, that's the only way we can truly be powerful.
Yeah.
And push the monster out.
And you know, I like how you also mentioned, you know, some of the leaders that we had in the past in the countries of Africa: Robert Mugabe, Mohammed Gaddafi,
Kwame Nkrumah,
yeah.
Thomas Sankara.
Yeah. You know, I believe those were great leaders.
Yes.
But now, what about the leaders of now?
No, the last man standing in Africa was Robert Mugabe.
Exactly. So
the rest of them right now, they are bitches.
Exactly. You know, I'm trying
the rest of them right now, they are bitches.
Okay, excuse the language. I'm not trying to go back to the point that he raised, you know, mentioning that the leaders that we have right now, they're not true leaders, which is supposed to be in a position of leadership.
Yeah.
You know, they're in a position of leadership for the benefit of their own belly.
Yeah.
You understand? For the food to go on their table. It's going back to his point again, is that also your point is that the people of Africa, yes, we're struggling. Yes, we're going through a hard time. Yes, we're not living the kind of lifestyle that we would love to live. But also, our leaders play a huge role in leading the country. Now, they think they're lifting up the country, but we're actually going down. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get the point.
They think they're pushing us forward, but in fact, we're going backwards. We're being receded. So we need to get to a point of understanding that Africa, we're more powerful than we think we are. So we need to help each other, lift up each other, and encourage each other, and tell each other we can do it together, but not every man individually. We could be able to do it together. Now, if you're going to stand one by one person there, oh, my fellow African, oh, my fellow African. Once I get to a point of doing greater than you do, oh, you're not my fellow African no more. Oh, we cannot stand together no more because I'm now jealous of you. Why are you greater than I am?
Yeah,
you understand? So
once
we get to the point of being divided, you know, opening up that gap, the gap that we open, we make space for somebody else to take over.
Yeah.
And then now we want to start blaming, oh, those fellow European people, where do they come from? But we are bridging a gap. We're opening up a gap for somebody else to come and take over.
I think it starts with our leaders.
Exactly.
But
Not just our leaders, but it starts with us because we are the leaders of tomorrow.
Not the leaders.
Because like I
We're
said,
the kind of leaders.
Yeah, we are the leaders of tomorrow.
We are the leaders of tomorrow.
Yeah.
But again, in
as
as much as we have leaders who play belly politics,
right?
Yeah, I would like to reiterate on the fact that if a leader comes out and is standing out for his people, there'll always be there those hidden forces playing against him. Those will always be those hidden forces playing against him.
Yeah.
We have people like Idi Amin of Uganda. Majority of the development of everything Ugandans and it's actually from Uganda. Yes, if I'm making a mistake. But the way they paint him out there, we used to see movies like he's a monster.
Right.
He used to do like some outrageous kind of things.
Yeah.
But he went out there. He took shops from because the Asians were dominating and gave to the indigenous people. And majority of the infrastructures they enjoy today, they were actually constructed and built by him. Those kind of leaders, they'll always paint them black and get them ousted from power. We have Robert Mugabe who confiscated land from the thief who stole land in Zimbabwe, gave back those lands to the indigenous people. So he was actually thinking about his people. What happened? The IMF and other financial institutions out there, they got to manipulate the Zimbabwean dollar. So much so that the inflation rate was pretty much high. And it affected the economy. And people were there looking at maybe what's he doing? There's always a way for them to come in and manipulate things. There's always that hidden force, that dark force that they have in play. You understand?
Totally.
So, in as much as we talk about leaders, now you and I we might be like we keep saying we are the leaders of tomorrow. Tomorrow we may get into position of leadership. Definitely, you get into position of leadership. You have first your people in mind, but when you get there, you discover that uneasy truly lies the head that wears the crown. You understand? Because the dark forces will start playing, and maybe you get to succumb to their pressure and all of that, and you start giving them everything against your what you actually took you to that position you were there for. You understand?
Right, totally.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I should also commend the current president, Mr. Please tell me his name. The president of Rwanda.
Rwanda, he's good.
Rwanda.
I also commend him.
Mr. Paul
For me,
Kagame.
he's my. I think for me,
He is the guy that should be known as Mr. Africa. He
Yeah.
is rising up for
me, I
Africa
think for me,
and raising the. If Africa had a flag, he would be the man to hold the flag.
Wow. Wow.
He would be the holder man, sir. And if you're ever watching this, if you'll ever see this, I respect you and I thank you for all that you're doing for the continent of Africa.
Yeah.
This is the man that is fighting for Africa.
We salute you,
This
sir. We
is the
salute you,
man
sir. We
that
salute
for
you,
me
sir.
will be a man to hold the torch one day and stand up and say, you know, Rhonda, I've done my part. Continue from where I'm left.
And
If truly he's not been compromised,
Yeah.
or,
Yeah.
because let me tell you something. Maybe he's a good leader, and he must have some sort of tackle deals with the Europeans.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, and they always get a lion's share.
Right.
But he's a good leader in the sense that the little he gets, he utilizes them very well for the development of his country and the
country.
betterment
like
of his people. You understand?
Magufuli, what's his name
Yeah.
from Tanzania?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. He's doing all of that. But if you look at it, the lion's share still goes out there to the European and people out there. The lion's share still goes.
the lion.
You understand?
For me,
But
I
at
think
least his country is benefiting from it.
Exactly.
But that's not.
Okay,
that's
wait,
not
one
the
Gaddafi
case.
did
That's
good.
you see,
When-
so what Gaddafi did. He came. He went like King Idris. King Idris was actually put in Libya by the British monarch. Gaddafi took him out. He made agriculture to emerge from the desert soil of Libya.
Yeah.
He built the dam and everything.
Yeah.
And Libyans were having like the lion's share of their resources. A typical Libyan would just sit and get paid at the end of the month, even without working. You understand?
Yeah.
But what's the case? What's happening in Libya today?
Yeah. May I
What's
say this?
happening in Libya today?
May I say this? Let's not be blinded
Yeah.
to little developments. The little makes a difference.
Exactly.
The little makes a
It makes a
difference.
difference.
So let's not only think just because this is going to Europe, whatever's happening, let's just chuck it aside.
No,
It don't
But
make
at
no
least,
difference.
his country
we,
is
why
benefiting.
even we are not trying to press down the one good leader we are seeing in
Yeah,
Africa right
yeah.
now.
No, we are not pressing him
No.
down. We give him praise.
For me, exactly. I think
for him.
for me,
But we
yeah.
say,
I think
if
for
you
me,
look at it cleanly, like from my perspective,
I think
behind the scene,
yeah, for me, this is my own
I
perspective.
don't know much about
this is my own
the-
perspective. Yeah, I think if you are trying to pair, I think Gaddafi. Okay, I will look at Gaddafi and be like, killing Gaddafi was not a good idea in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Like, he did a lot of things. Right now, Libya is in war and all that stuff. Not good.
Yeah.
Then, if you look at the president of Rwanda and Idi Amin of Uganda,
Yeah.
like even my friend from Uganda don't even like Idi Amin because of he did a lot of. He don't like him.
sure.
He don't like Idi Amin.
Don't like him.
Because Idi Amin, what did Idi Amin do exactly?
Because you grow up and read stories about
that the Rwandan man has done. Rwanda is not the cleanest city.
What is happening with your country right now?
It's not the cleanest city.
What has it done?
All right, guys.
Every infrastructure and developing your infrastructure.
Let's be a little professional. Let's be a little professional.
We watch movies. All those movies like he was eating human
No,
flesh
it's not
and
matter
all
of
of that.
Okay, let's be a little professional.
You didn't watch those movies where he was eating human flesh.
The lion, we have to disagree to agree.
No, me, I don't go with those narratives because I know the leaders who are good, who stand for the people in Africa, they paint them pretty black, Pobia, and all these other really dark leaders. When you see
But if you compare,
what
the Rwanda,
give them peace,
but if you compare what they, look what I'm saying here now. Like, this is not an attack. Look, I'm trying to compare because when you brought up the president of Rwanda, I think it has run in my head. But thank you for bringing up that guy. Even though I'm saying that the African leaders are the same, but at least when we see one that is doing something,
that is trying.
we have to talk about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rwanda is one of the cleanest cities. It has. I was looking at the form and so on. They're talking about it. And estimating it, like even the country is even becoming better than Nigeria in so many ways. Like I was shocked. Rwanda just 30 years ago, there was absolute war, like
the war
killing each
between
other,
the
Tutsis and the
Tutsis,
the mass genocide that happened over there. Then this man came in,
19,
having the African, the not just the African, like he was talking about his country, the Rwanda spirit in his mind, and his people at heart.
Yeah.
He transformed the country to what it is right now.
Yeah.
If you compare it to what the Idi Amin of Uganda have done, like Idi Amin of Uganda engaged Uganda in so many wars with which other country again? With Ethiopia, right? He engaged in the war with Ethiopia with his own fellow African brother too, fighting wars. And for me, I don't give Idi Amin a kudos for that. For fighting your own African brother, I don't even give you a kudos
But
for that.
if we get 3 or 4 leaders who are like the leader of Rwanda, who will get somewhere with Africans. Even though the European or whichever continent is gaining from it, at least his country is gaining from it. They're getting something.
You know what I like to have? You know what I like to have? The one thing I like to have.
Africa.
The point that she said is really pragmatic. The one thing that she brought up is that if we can have 4 to 5, leaders like that may get up and stand up for the nation of Africa, you ask yourself, at the United Nations meetings, what do they discuss?
Just 4. Okay.
What do they discuss? How many powerful points can be brought up? You mentioned Robert Mugabe. You mentioned Mr. Gaddafi. You mentioned a couple great leaders that stood up for the nation, for the continent of Africa. Now, at a United Nations meetings, if we had 4 to 5 to 6 leaders like that, oh my God, Africa would be a great nation.
Right now, Paul Kagame, he cannot speak. He cannot stand in any security council meeting or general assembly meeting and talk. Even if he's talking, his head will be down.
Right.
He's a bitch to me.
But for
he's
me,
a bitch.
We
have leaders like Gaddafi that will stand there and tell them whatever they're doing in Africa.
Right.
Robert Mugabe, he will do that. Those are the last men who stood for Africa. What he's doing for his country is utilizing the little. He picks the crumbs, picks from the table. Yeah. He's making good use of that. I'll applaud him for being a good manager.
Totally.
Yeah, he manages pretty well. Yes. Yeah. But now in terms of like standing up as a leader, he's actually leading his people to become like, we just need to bow like ducks and pick the little we can get, and we are okay. We get the little we can get from the table, we are okay. But whereas everything on the table was actually gotten from our farm. Yeah. That's not the kind of mentality I would like to. I always go with a leader like Gaddafi. Totally. I will go with a leader like Gaddafi.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, sir. I agree with you. But do you think the situation right now? Yeah. Okay, let me ask this.
Let me ask like the process. You know the process that you just like the process actually. And see the accomplishment of what Paul Kagame did.
He's doing a lot. I won't refuse.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, let's hear it.
You know what? You know what?
Let's just have some talk.
You know what?
He's brave enough to take those breadcrumbs and put them together to make one thing out of it. Rather than
every other African leader right now gets those. You understand? All of them, they get the crumbs right now. All we are from Cameroon. This is what I always tell my people. France gets 99%. Paul Biya get 1%. This 1%, he keeps like 0.7 for himself. Then he gives out 0.3 to his ministers to like manage the country. The minister, they get to keep like 0.2, and only 0.1 gets to the people. But now Paul Kagame will get the 1% he gets, and maybe he will give 0.9% to his people. He will ensure he gets around into the country and all of that. I will applaud him for that. But that's not what we expect as Africans. We should be able to keep the lion's share by ourselves. Yeah. You understand?
Now I want to ask
we need leaders.
Let's hear what he has to say. Let's hear what he has to say.
Yeah.
Wow. Have you concluded your statement?
Yes.
Okay, now please go ahead, sir.
Look, the assumption that you're making that the Rwandan president Paul Kagame is is taking from the crumbs of what the Europeans are giving to him. I don't think there is a proof for that. You don't have any proof for that. Why do I say
I can give you 1,000. Let me go on my research and stuff. You hear them like during an election. No African country gets this. You're even getting better. You need to strike a better deal and stuff. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes. That's the pact design, the colonial pacts and everything.
Let me finish up. Let
me just say this short thing. We're not here to argue.
But I've not finished up my
we're not here to argue.
I've not finished up what I was saying. I've not finished up what I was saying.
Now let's take on line with the song.
I have to finish up.
Let's take on line with the song.
He got me up. Yeah. What I'm saying here is that, like, you guys are saying the Europeans are very exploitive, you know. I'm very sure that if they are exploiting in Rwanda, I'm not sure that they're ready to leave for Rwanda any crumbs. What I think that guy have done is the guy is a very smart guy. He's an independent thinker. He is able to outsmart the Europeans over duping or making a bad deal with the Rwandan government. Be it Europeans or the Chinese, and you're able to make you're able to make a lot of positive deals, be it construction, healthcare, renovation, enacting of policies. You're able to make good deals that have influenced his people, not just taking the crumbs. He's smart. We don't have to underestimate the smartness of we Africans, thinking that the white people are more smarter than us. Yeah. We here staying right now, thinking that every time praising the white people as being the higher people than us. No way. I cannot. Nigerians, of course, we are scammers. We see a lot of things, but we are smart them. Yeah. We do a lot of things. Smartness. I'm not saying that we're scammers. I'm not saying that we're scammers like I said it. I'm not saying that Nigerians are scammers. I'm using that scamming something as an example. You know? It's not bad. Scamming is very evil. It's not good anyway. But if you look at what these scammers have done, you know, and taking money from people like hush puppies and so on, like that is crapping up something to do it. It's bad. But if we can transfer that we can channel that into doing something positive, you know. Doing something positive. What I'm saying is that we Africans are very smart. Paul Kagame, what is in the Rwanda people, was very smart to make good deals, not to allow the white people to take over him. And we should be able to emulate him. We're able to look forward to him and make good deals. Exploit those people, not allow them to exploit us. That's what you should be doing, and that's what I feel. That's my own opinion.
No, she had a point too.
What I wanted to say is, you're saying that we had great leaders like Robert Mugabe. Okay, let me speak for Robert Mugabe because I'm from Zimbabwe.
Okay.
He was hard-headed for how many years?
Go on. Yeah.
For how many years? Since 1980, right? When we gained the independence till he died. He was hard-headed, but where did he get us? Where are we now?
Where did he get you guys to?
Where are we now?
Exactly.
What happened? The question I would like to ask you. The question I would like to ask you is, what did you guys do with the land he gave to you people? What happened to the land?
We were not smart enough. Right?
Okay, so is it his fault that he had his people at heart? Took the land and gave it to his people, and now you're attesting in front of, like, you guys were not smart enough.
Yeah, we were not smart enough. That's the truth.
Okay.
We were not smart enough.
Was it his fault?
No, that was not his fault.
But at the same time,
like he stood for his people. Yeah. He grabbed the land.
Apart from the land,
he grabbed the land.
Yeah.
Apart from the land, what else?
The economy of Zim eventually strive on agriculture, right?
But look what he did. He took the land. Yeah. Okay, if you're saying Gaddafi is the all-wise and all-knowing, you know, and the smartest leader.
No, I said he was the last man standing in Africa.
Okay.
The last man standing in Africa.
Okay. What else? For me, I think it's the Rwanda guy. For me, I think it's the Rwanda guy, the last man standing in Africa. For me, that's my own opinion. Yeah. Because, like, we had this conversation and seen our What I'm saying is that the white people that were in Rwanda back then, you know, they have been the ones cultivating the land. They understand so much about using the infrastructure. They've employed some black people and so on. You guys should wait, let me finish up. You know?
Yeah.
You guys should wait, let me finish up. Wait, let me finish up. You know?
Let me finish up.
So they have been the one, and the Zimbabwean economy is centered around agricultural produce and so on.
Totally, yeah.
Good. So I will not say that you guys don't understand that you guys are lazy or other things. No, the Zimbabwe people are very, very hardworking and very, very experienced. But the problem here was that the Zimbabwe people have not had the same amount of experience as the white people to cultivate the land. And then wait, come, listen up. And then Mugabe, being foolish and not understanding that his people don't understand this thing that much, took the land immediately and gave it over to the white people immediately, and gave it over to the black people immediately. Your people are very hardworking, but they don't understand how to use the knowledge. Instead of bringing those black people, bringing the white people, make those white people teach the black people there. Let them work together.
Smart. You've said
That
something
is what I'm
smart.
saying.
You
Exactly.
understand?
That's what I'm saying.
That's pretty much smart.
That's what I'm saying.
And
I'm
That's
always
why-
shocked.
If you understand how to break it down,
Why didn't
Can I
think like that?
That's why I cannot put you That's why I cannot get over that first.
Do
I
you
will put
see
that behind that
do you
guy
where
first,
South Africa is right now? Do you see where South Africa is right
Yeah,
now?
South
South Africa didn't just all the whites
what's
away.
happening? Are they free? Why are they still fighting to get back their land?
Anyway, the
Now?
mod,
Are they free?
No, what I'm saying
We're
is
talking
one
about
of the most
infrastructure. People don't. There are people who
countries
don't
in
look.
Africa.
They don't look at development all about infrastructure and things like that. There are people who tend to look at life differently. What's happening in they need their freedom. What's happening in South Africa? Nelson Mandela made those compromises. But why are they still fighting today? We have Julius Malema and the rest. They go to the parliament and all of that. They are still fighting today, right? Yeah, they're still fighting today. Let me tell you the only mistake Robert Mugabe made. You understand? He took the land and gave it to his people.
Yeah.
Now, if Robert Mugabe was a president in the country, let me just say, I'll use Cameroon as an example. He also the French out from Cameroon, took all the resources and nationalized it. Cameroon will be the best country in Africa. You understand?
Yeah.
Will be the best country in
The
Africa.
only mistake he made is taking the land
he
and
did
give
exactly.
it to people that don't know how to use it.
And people without resources, people
Exactly.
without facilities.
Without
I
knowledge.
like the point that he's saying that if he took those white people and put them together with black
With
people,
black
and then
people.
they both got equal shares.
Exactly.
Have they now?
Even
That's
if
exactly
it's
what Mandela did for South Africa.
Now,
The only thing, you have good roads, you have good houses, and all of that.
Yeah.
What about the standard of living of
You see,
indigenous South Africans?
for me, if we go,
They become xenophobic. They attack on other Africans who come there who are hardworking and all of that to cultivate and make money from South Africa.
I should say,
But the whites and the blacks, they still cannot cohabitate in South Africa right now because their towns they still have that segregated mentality. There are places only for the whites and places just for the blacks.
okay, let's have a short break to read the comments. Let's have a short break to read the comments. Let's hear what people have to say. Hunter, can you punch in the comments over there?
There's no new comment.
You don't have any comments?
Just hey. Let's get back to the song of
Right, let's stick on
deep,
topic. We got 3 viewers. We thank y'all for standing with us through it all.
Yeah.
Y'all keep your comments coming in, and guys,
One of the
let's keep the volume down. Let's keep the volume down. We got people sleeping also.
Yeah, let's keep it.
So also, let's hit the video again. Let's go back on the video and
Let's go to the video one more time.
Yeah,
Can I just say one thing before we go to the video?
Okay.
If the president of Rwanda was the president of Zimbabwe by the time that Mugabe was leading, we would be somewhere right now.
If the president
100%.
Of Rwanda,
of
the
Rwanda.
current
Thank you.
president
The
of Rwanda
current
right now.
president of Rwanda.
Because he compromised, right?
No, it's not
We need
all
him in
about
Nigeria
the
too.
leader. It's about
We need
the
him in
people.
Nigeria too,
Who
please.
are you leading?
We
Let
do.
me tell you
And the
something.
current of the
Let me
country
tell
too.
you something. A sheep leading lions will lead them astray. But a lion leading sheep, those sheep will make a lot out of it.
Yeah.
You understand?
I totally agree. But
Yeah.
for me, like I believe, like what he said, the people of Zimbabwe are really hardworking. So if they had a leader like Mr. Kagame, we would be talking a different issue.
Exactly.
We'll be talking.
That's why
different-
I see
Because-
a leader like Mugabe. Like if we had a leader like Mugabe,
So I think leaders were if leaders were
We just flip them over. Had a leader like Mugabe who got the balls enough to send out the colonialists and nationalize everything and make it for his people.
The reason why
Something else.
The reason why I have so much praise for this Rwandan
and Nena is here like this is so educative. This is very educative.
Yeah, the reason why I have a lot of praise and a lot of so much adoration for this this Rwandan president is the fact that there's time and time and again we hear Rwanda this, Rwanda that, and it's all a lot of positive information. About there's something that I recently heard about the solar power system. Rwanda is taking over. When the coronavirus started, the country had no cases of people would just he was already hammering people of Rwanda with clean your hands, wash your hands, do this. And every single bus stop I saw a couple people getting off of buses to wash their hands. Now the mentality of the people in Rwanda is the reason why there is so much progression in the country of Rwanda. So if you have a great leader and people which are willing to work together with the leader, you're a powerful country. That's it. You're a powerful leader and people. So if you have a great leader and a great people,
it goes hand in hand.
So now,
a great leader and people.
Exactly.
Right? Yes. So that's why tonight we're talking. It should be about us.
Yeah.
We should forget about targeting the leaders.
And also,
I'm taking nothing. I'm not taking anything away from Paul Rame. Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Totally.
But if I'm doing my classification like men in Africa with balls, right now we ain't got any. We ain't got any.
we have
There's a great pretty much
one from Rwanda.
One from Rwanda, yeah. One from each too.
He's a good manager.
Yeah,
he's a good manager. He manages the country.
There's a speech that I heard.
What speech from him? He manages the country pretty well.
I can show you a lot of them.
Let's just do a research and put it out there for people to see.
Let's go. I'm not listen. Come on. My thing here is not my thing is not to prove. It's not to
Okay, we have someone who begs to differ on this Zim and Mugabe issue. I beg to differ. Please, Sarah Tatenda, let's get your opinion on that.
Let's keep discussing as we're waiting for.
He said he wanted to bring up a speech, a great speech.
Just such, what's not that guy's
we can get that and put on the screen for the people to see.
Trump speech is about Africa and how Africa to be forward. Just start it. We used to always show you a lot of things. Just start it and see. What's not that guy?
Let's involve them.
No,
like the one president.
Why? Because
he's been the president. We're talking about African unity right here. It's not all about Rwanda. He's been the president of African Union, the past president. And all along, us as Ambazonians dying with petition on him, writing and everything, crying. Not for once could he say a thing. That's not something Gaddafi would sit quiet on, or any other African leader with balls. That's not something those.
But
Gaddafi, he cannot speak because he will be challenging the very people who eat and he picks crumbs from the tables. He will not speak. That you guys should not get my points wrong. You should not get it wrong. He's a good manager. He manages his country very well. We have a lot of innovations in the country and stuff like that. He's a pretty good manager, yes. But in terms of leadership, where he's leading his people to, he's giving them everything that they need and stuff like that. He's building a nation of cowards who only go out there and lick from the table after the Europeans have eaten everything.
We're gonna die.
If we know the lion,
I have to say this, and this is what I'll put on my
table. The nation of cowards.
Yeah,
the Rwandan people is now an example to the African continent that we can do better.
Yes,
the Rwanda, I don't believe that the Rwanda are a nation of cowards right now after being so successful. I used to believe that they are very, very successful right now. What Mugabe have led the Zimbabwean people for a very long time. The Zimbabwean people are suffering. They are going through hell of a time.
If the IMF wants to manipulate Rwanda, it will be like ABC with a snap of a finger like that. You understand? But you guys will never understand that the Zimbabwean dollars was always being manipulated by the IMF and other colonial financial institutions out there. You guys don't get that point.
Yeah.
It wasn't all about that great man Mugabe. It wasn't about him.
This one over here.
African successful.
We are not gays. Who said that, Mugabe? You will not be going. All these people they celebrate. All these leaders they celebrate and they go down there and they lick the boots.
Look at his UN speech. Look at his UN speech.
Okay, go down and see what he will say.
Even his UN speech is very strong. I like his UN speech. Look at his UN speech.
Yes, go there and see.
So powerful.
The UN speech?
Yeah, look at that.
This one?
Look at, no. The one.
This one?
Yeah, that one's his UN speech.
Rwanda's internal president.
Yeah.
Y'all want me to open this one?
Yeah, you don't know what to. His UN speech is also very good. I like this one.
Wait, let's
see why he cannot be the one. We should be celebrating him as the champion of African
This is where I was saying.
We celebrated Nelson Mandela for decades. We celebrated Nelson Mandela for decades. But if you want to know the truth about Nelson Mandela, we celebrated him. What's happening in South Africa today?
What we're just trying to say at the end of the day is, at least he's willing to compromise for the betterment of his people, rather than just being hard-headed in
every other president, including the president of Congo right now, including Paul Biya, they've all compromised. Like, okay, they don't want maybe civil war in their countries or things like that. They're just taking from the crumbs from the table. But the difference with Paul Kagame is that the little he gets, he manages so well that we get to see a lot of impact in his country. You understand? We get to see a lot of impact. Unlike people like Paul Biya, they prefer to become rich themselves as opposed to making
what he's doing is already great. Then.
It's great. Yes, I give him credit for being a good manager. He's a good manager.
Who else is doing that right now? That you say no one is doing that.
Yeah, but in terms of me, like raising men, like presidents or leaders in Africa who got balls, he will never feature on that.
But you see,
because
he's a good man. There's a difference between him and all those presidents.
Yes,
him is getting what he's using what he's
but
getting.
I use the right word for
bigger.
that. He's a good manager. Didn't I say so? Did I not say so?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah, I said he's a good manager. He manages the little he gets. And we see a lot of innovation in his country. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, okay, with his level of management and what he's doing, just imagine if he was getting like 100%. If he had the balls or the guts of Gaddafi, with the 100% Gaddafi was getting for Libya, if he let's just not blame the leaders. That's what Sarah is saying, and which is right.
Yeah.
Let's not just blame the leaders.
But it begins with them.
Yeah, she's right.
It begins with them, but to a point, who votes them to be the leaders?
Who votes them to be the leaders? It starts with us. It starts with us. We should be prepared. We should be ready to die than compromise, than be people to just take
something we also have to know that is what happened when someone became president. Like they're always like, okay, when I will be the president, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this.
They always make all the time
after something changes. Why? Because
that's what I told you.
I'm gonna take example of course of my country because I know more of my country than any other countries.
Yeah.
So in my country, they made the pact with China. We have a big debt. We hold China a lot of money.
Yeah.
So we are like, if we can't give the money to China, of course they're going to use our country for 80 years.
Yeah.
Now, our president, like the new president, they voted him like recently, like maybe 2 years ago. So, what can he do right now? Because we owe them, like our ancestors made a mistake. Yeah, they made a mistake. So, what can we do again? Like, that guy, even if he wants to do something more, we already owe China, so our country is not even a part of our country is not even our country anymore.
But at least you
but
guys
a leader with balls.
But
you cut the strings. You cut the leader with balls. You cut the strings.
When the price is
we don't like the
but we don't like the balls. We don't like the balls.
We don't like the balls.
So I think that we like the leadership or we don't like it. But it's still the one that's going to lead us. Because even if you vote for the opposition party, it will never lead.
After that,
Yeah.
You would die.
See,
I'm very sure that
Yeah.
Mugabe's children are very rich,
Yeah.
right?
Which
Mugabe's children are rich, right?
which race are there?
Are they still rich? Are they poor?
Oh.
Mugabe's relatives.
No, his wife was dressing luxuriously until they named her Grace Gucci Grace, right? Yeah, and I don't know
She
much
has so
about
much money.
his kids and all of that, but
We need leaders like the leader of Rwanda that can transform the
for me,
country.
you have to
this
know
is
also
how-
what's the
you're
past story
coming
of
back
Rwanda.
like we should not
What is the past story of Rwanda?
we should not
Eh?
completely liberate ourselves.
Did
In as
Rwanda
much as we are
did the
talking,
mistake like with
we are
foreigners,
talking
white
complete
people,
liberation of
like
Africa.
the part of
I will not
something
put
that's not the past story of
Paul
Rwanda.
Kagame on my
Rwanda
list
was very,
of
very Rwanda. I think Rwanda was
he
a
fought
very,
for his people. He
a
went
very
on
underdeveloped
exile.
country too.
He went on
And
exile. He came
They
back.
had the
and-
genocide.
Yeah, he fought for his people, and he went on exile. He came back, and he's been leading the country ever since then. And he's been a good manager. He's been a good manager, managing the little they have to construct, innovate, and all he's doing. We applaud him for that.
And
But
Congrats.
in as much as we are talking of complete liberation of Africa, no, we don't want people who just go and take crumbs and try to come and feed us with crumbs and manage it for us. We want people who go completely and stand, like people who have the mindset of Kwame Nkrumah, people with the mindset of Thomas Sankara, with the mindset of Muammar Gaddafi. We need people, Lumumba, and people like that. People think like it should be complete liberation of Africa and not a single country, because divided, if a country is singled out, there's still no power in that, there's still no unity in that. But but together as a free African country, we are so powerful, they will not be able to penetrate or get into us. You understand? Yeah, and Sarah said true. So we should be looking we should be looking ahead, like it should be all about Africa, the whole of Africa. And it should not be like we just go and pick from the table, and because I'm a good manager or I'm not stingy. What happens if he leaves, if he's out of Rwanda, he will not be alive to rule Rwanda for life. And some greedy leader steps in his shoes. What happens to the country?
But now this is what I have to say.
can answer that question. I can answer it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let me say that. Let me say this.
Go where?
He is a great example to the next leaders to come.
Yeah.
He's a great example.
He's a phenomenal
We need
example.
them
to
Yeah,
the great leaders to come.
you continue to pick from. Do you know what happened? We had Amadou Ahidjo.
And we're
Cameroon, Paul Biya inherited the best economy in the whole of Central and West Africa from Amadou Ahidjo. What happened? Paul Biya was like the prime minister under Amadou Ahidjo. What happened? Ahidjo was an exemplary leader, just like Paul Kagame. He was doing a lot of things, a lot of innovations, constructions, and stuff like that. University students used to get allowance from Cameroon, stipends, and all of that.
Okay.
You understand? But when he died, what happened? No, that's not the way we look at it. What happened? Paul Biya stepped in his shoes.
Yeah.
And what was the case scenario now in Cameroon? What's
It's like,
happening
it's
in
like,
Cameroon?
what, it's like what happened to Zimbabwe.
What happened now?
Mugabe was leading, right?
Yes.
He dragged all the whites out of Zimbabwe and he gave land back to the Zimbabweans. But where are we now with the leader that we have?
The leader you have some corrupt leader who's now what he's doing. I'll call him one of the most stupid person I've seen in Africa. He's trying to undo everything Gaddafi did. Gaddafi actually built an independent army in Zimbabwe. Mugabe rather. He built an independent army. An army that is not really he did not have so much influence on them. That's why the military could step out there and also him out of power, because they were independent. In my country, Paul Biya is actually the commander-in-chief of the armed forces and everything. There's no way the military will wake up one day like that to force him out of power. The current president in Zimbabwe, what is he doing? He's following everything. He's just copying from the playbook of Paul Biya. He's trying to personalize the military right now. So that whatever he does,
He's not trying already.
okay, yeah, okay, you can confirm to that. So whatever he's doing, the military tomorrow will not stand against him, right? Okay, Mugabe was really an exemplary leader. He didn't want it to be all about himself. You understand? He was building that nation. But you should always understand, like I put it before we started this argument, like there will always be those dark forces fighting true leaders.
Yeah.
There will always be those dark forces fighting true leaders.
Yeah.
We have the IMF. They can easily manipulate the economy and through their financial instruments to make. That's what they did to the Zimbabwean dollar. They inflated the Zimbabwean dollar such that you have maybe 10 million Zimbabwean dollars, but you will not be able to get anything out of that. You understand? Yes. So
I have something to say.
Yeah, okay, go on. Say what you want to say.
So before you talk about the IMF, just like you said, intentionally just going to go and inflate the Zimbabwe dollar so that the Zimbabwe people can suffer. I don't think the IMF was intentionally trying to do that. We also have to understand, like, one of the critical things that you guys are always talking about here, when they took away the land. Like, just imagine you not just do it a gradual process, like give those farmers like 10 years. After 10 years, you're going to get back this land from them, so they can be able to. It can be a slow transition. These ones can learn from them, and to be a slow transition, you give it over. Okay, if you want to give it over, excuse.
Yes.
Give them a slow transition over. At least let them learn and understand.
Yeah.
But you just out of a blues, who took the land from them? It's going to hit your economy when your economy is mostly based on agriculture, and it's going to influence the currency of your country. You have to understand the economics too before we start talking about what the IMF is doing.
And we gotta also acknowledge the fact that everything takes, it's a step-by-step process. We cannot expect the baby to come out of the mother's womb and already start walking. What Mr. Kagame is doing is he's doing things step by step, and he is trying so much to show and to give his country, a little part of what he has to do as a leader before he steps down. So, what's going on over here?
Yeah, but we're not seeing anything with this one.
Go live.
We're live already.
You're not
check
live.
your camera. Check your camera mic.
Live.
Camera mic.
No, stop.
Oh. Go to camera. Click on camera. There we go. And then I thought we were live already. So.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. I just have to say, out of everything that we just mentioned, is we've got to learn as Africans to appreciate the little. We'll only start appreciating when it's something that has to do with our family members. If it'll benefit your family member, if it'll benefit your cousin, your little sister, your brother. We've got to appreciate that little. That little development, that little step that has been taken towards making a better something for somebody else. Do you understand? The little things that can, that can totally improve somebody's lifestyle or a couple people's lifestyle or a society or community. It's a step towards moving forward in life. And that's the one thing that we really have to appreciate as Africans. Everything is a baby step. We cannot expect that, Africa should just go back to normal, should just be given back to African. Boom. So if we expect it like that, let's get all the African people, all the people from America, all the black people, and bring it back to Africa where they originally come from. You understand? And let's give them back all that belongs to them, everything that belongs to them. We need to acknowledge that what we have now is a gift of, at least people are getting back what originally belonged to them. And at the end of the day, as I'm saying, our leaders will fight and make sure that at the end of the day, what belongs to Africa, what belongs to the African people will be given back to the African people. That's what we need to acknowledge, and that's the one thing that we have to.
Yeah, baby steps.
Yeah,
we get there.
So it's not a thing where for me.
The lion.
Let me come. I have a lot to say.
The lion too. Like.
I think we're.
Hi. This thing is.
That man from Rwanda.
He's a phenomenal leader for me.
Phenomenal. I think he should be for I think we youth, like we African youth, like, you know, we need to.
We're a lot to learn from.
We need to learn from him.
Hey, whose shoulder this is?
I think it's mine. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's Luhena's.
Hey, she gonna drink on it on Thursday too.
Okay. Let's see.
Big one, I think we could just end this off video. We still running.
Yeah, we're still running. Let's just close. Let's close.
Yeah.
Let's give a final remark. Okay. Well, okay, Shoshana says a map of president. I don't know how he listens through and through before making a comment. Yeah, very cool on that.
Thank you.
A map of president. Yeah. Okay. Final remarks, guys.
Okay,
We're here to talk about Burna Boy song, and that's
how great that song is because
that's how great the
that's how
song
great
is.
the song is. That's how great the song is. Where's this coming from?
This is often called as final state of the internet connects you closer to your daughter if you're on Wi-Fi.
No, we'll just make a final remarks from this direction, and,
Yeah.
and it'll be cool to go. Oh, yeah, well, thank you all for being there with us right up to this moment. It's been a heated debate in here, and we've all just been dishing out our points, and we've learned a lot. We've learned about our leaders, although we did not agree on certain things like the way I see the freedom of Africa. Like I need it to be absolute, like completely, not like we have leaders going out there on the table to sit, not maybe on the table, but just picking crumbs. Then they come back to manage it straight away, and they applauded like it should start with baby steps. And we have people in Africa who've taken those baby steps, and when they step out, there's no one to replace them because no one can truly fit in someone else's shoe. So I wish Africa, like tomorrow, we can man up, we stand up, and we find our place on the table to eat like lions. We don't eat like maybe goats or cows or pigs. We eat like lions on the table. So your final remark? Bro?
Yeah, totally. You know, Africa, I have to say, Africa stand up. Africa
Yeah.
rise up. Africa believe more in yourself. African people, you are worthy. African people, you're valuable. African people, you have so much to bring to the table, and you have to notice that within yourself. We're a continent of so much power, so much strength, so much ability, and we have so much that we could, you know, take out from within. And everything starts from within. That's one thing that we really have to notice about ourselves. Let's not always count and, you know, depend on somebody else to make our lives better. Let's ourselves improve our lives and see the way forward. Let's work together with our leaders. Let's not always argue and bring down our leaders, because our words also have the power to take down the leader. You know, let's encourage each other, believe in ourselves, and be the better leaders of the future. You can change your society. You can change your community. You could be the difference where there's no difference. You make the possibilities, you make the impossibilities possible. So just be a better person, be a better person for the future, be a better person for your country, be a better person for the people around you. And all I can say is that, Mr. Burna Boy, thank you so much for the video. Thank you so much for the song. Thank you for the words. Everything that you put up on the video is it's truly amazing. You did a fantastic, a phenomenal job, and we give you all the praise. Salute to you, sir, and we just want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing for the people of Africa, and don't stop. Keep inspiring people out there. Keep inspiring the young people out there. You know, you are the reason that a lot of young African people are still standing up, and I just want to say, keep doing what you're doing, and Africa, you are more than enough. You are more than who you think you are. Rise up, believe in yourself, and do better with yourself.
Okay, before we get to you, we have this, Shushan Josh. This is so educational, and I believe there's a light at the end of the tunnel, of our tunnel. Let's go, kings and queens.
Totally.
Let's go.
Totally.
Power
Totally.
out there. Let's go.
Yeah.
And we have Sarah Tatenda. Final remark. She gave 100, and a hand stamp.
Totally.
So your final remark, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, that's good. It's very good that right now it's actually most of like young African people that are talking like that means African is really getting a lot of knowledge. So since I've met a lot of African and we have been talking about things like that, they always have those kind of great mind, those kind of great and smart answers. But like people used to say, now we are the future of Africa. So let's just keep doing what we are doing right now. And when we're gonna be there, when we're gonna be ready on those posts, on those work, on the job, of course, one of them can be the president of one of the countries. One of us can be the president or the senator or something like that in our countries. So let's keep working like this. Let's keep being smart and we're gonna make it.
And President Trump, Mr. Vladimir Putin, we're not a hole. We are a lot greater than you think we are. I'm telling you now, Africa has a lot to offer, and Africa is still going to be the continent to take over the whole world one more time. There is a great army. There's a great army of young African leaders rising.
Right there.
There's a great
That's a
army
lion cub
of
speaking right
young
there.
African
That's
leaders
a lion
rising.
cub speaking right
You
there.
better be on the
Lion
lookout
cub
because
speaking right
Africa's coming for
That's a
you.
lion cub speaking right there.
Africa's coming for you.
That's what's up.
Africa's coming for you. There's a great army being raised. There's a great army.
This
There's young people
generation,
coming.
and we are telling you all enough is enough.
Right.
This generation, we are telling you all enough
They're
is
calling
enough.
us from the song. They're saying they're calling us monsters because we're saying no way.
We are the monsters
Yeah.
we made. We are the
Right.
monsters we
Totally.
made. And we are not
Totally.
monsters like we're gonna fight ourselves.
Yeah.
We are united
Totally.
from Cameroon
Yeah.
to Malawi, to Zimbabwe, to Botswana.
Totally.
We are all united.
Yeah.
I'm coming for your asses.
We're not
gonna
our
oust you out.
ancestors.
We're
Right.
gonna oust you out from Africa.
We are not our ancestors. We will fight for our rights. We will stand up for what's true. And we will not give up. We will fight the good fight of faith and we will take on everything that you have to bring for
We'll
us.
put on the
We
full
will
armor
not
of the
give up.
Lord.
Exactly.
The full armor of the Lord. I will fight you all. Come on, your final remark.
Okay, my final remark is I just want to say from what we've said, like all of us, what we've put on the table, I think we are learning from what our past leaders did,
Totally.
and we're gonna make a great change from it. We've learned that Mugabe took the land and gave to the Zimbabweans who didn't know what to do with the land. Now we know that if we were to do something next time, we have to do it in the right way. We have to think about it first.
Yeah.
Like, how are we supposed to do it? How is it going to benefit us and everything? Not just taking all the resources and just sit down and do nothing with them.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Mr. Emmanuel.
The thing here is life is very difficult, you know. Like from Nigeria where I came from, you know, people go through a lot of difficulties, you know. And we can scream about everything every day. We can scream about how we're going to change the world entirely, how we're going to bring down castles, break down mountains, you know, push a lot of stuff. And it's good to do that, you know, it's good to be confident. But if you're not confident in yourself, then you're making one of the biggest mistakes ever. Remember, you cannot change Africa. You cannot change Rwanda. You cannot change Nigeria. You cannot change Cameroon. You cannot change any place if you don't change yourself. If you're a smoking addict, try to look for a way to stop it. If you drink a lot, if you party a lot, if you're not serious with whatever you're trying to do, try to look for a way to become serious and focus towards it. How do we get bad leaders? We get bad leaders that not think for themselves, that not pursue for good goals, you know, that not build up themselves right now. That's how we get bad leaders, and we don't have to fall into those traps. We as individuals, we are very powerful, and if we improve ourselves, we can improve our family, we can improve our society, and to expand to our country and then to the whole of Africa. If I improve myself, I'm very sure that I can impact into her too. If she improves herself, she can also impact into me because I'm her friend. If you improve yourself, you can impact in me. And here he's improving himself and making this YouTube channel and it's impacting into a lot of people. What about if he did not do it? How would it impact a lot of people? Remember too that for me, the key to unlocking success in Africa and breaking a lot of shackles is to try to, every African to become independent and work towards improving yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Once you do that, trust me, you can push Africa forward. You can be the best doctors, and every African around will be like, yes, he's African, he's from Nigeria. You'll be the best nurse and the best person in your university. Everybody will be like, yes, he's African. But once you don't do that, everybody won't even look much about you, you know. You won't promote the African thing. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. King, you've been quiet all along, but we need that final remark from you. Tell your people from Uganda.
My final remark is to say that we need to put things in action. Like we've been talking about all this, like a couple of years back. We've been talking about like the betterment of Africa, like what we need to do to improve Africa, but we've not been putting these things in action. You know, that's all I need to say. That's all.
Okay, action speaks louder than words. That's we'll just coin everything he said in a few words. Action speaks louder than word. Yeah, so my people, I thank you all for being with us. It's been a heated session and quite educational. And we are so happy we passed it out. We came here to talk about Burna Boy, but we ended up talking about the whole of Africa. That's the power. That's the power of that song. Burna Boy. Yeah, if you ever stumble upon this, you know you've actually inspired a generation of Africans through that song. So we give you kudos to that. We give you a round of applause. Thank you, big boy, and thank you, my family. I'll see you again tomorrow. Yeah, because I'll ensure for us to be doing this live session like every day. Unless we are sick or some unforeseen circumstance comes up. But just like Nena is saying right now, the change starts with us. Yeah, it starts with us, all of us. And Sarah is giving us a round of applause as well to Burna Boy. So we thank you guys. We thank you guys for being with us. Thank you so much. Good night, and may the good Lord continue to protect, provide, and most especially bless you all watching us now with wisdom and the courage to start that change in your life. Because at the end of the day, we concluded that the change starts with us. It starts with us. So let's go out there and make the change, and we inspire people. Thank you all, and bye. Bye-bye. Bye.